Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Lil Rick ain't paying for no pussy, hit that shit for free. And I been ballin' on you niggas, I'm the MVP. I know you niggas, y'all be hating, but y'all envy me. Won't say I love you to no hoe, these bitches for the streets. And you can't play me like I'm pussy, know that I'm a dog, baby. Can't choose between my hoes, I say I want them all, baby. Won't never see me fold, you know I'm standing tall, baby. My niggas be on go, it only take one call, baby. Call, baby. Driving over 60, ain't no slowing down, slowing down. Took me a minute, but I figured it out, Niggas talking crazy, dump them in the mouth, Feeling like I'm breezy, bitch, look at me now, Diamonds on my necklace, worth 100,000. Selling out arenas, jumping in the crowd, Don't even want the pussy, baby, use your mouth, Feeling like I'm Boosie, little bitch, wipe it down. Lil Rick ain't paying for no pussy, hit that shit for free. And I been ballin' on you niggas, I'm the MVP. I know you niggas, y'all be hating, but y'all envy me. Won't say I love you to no hoe, these bitches for the streets. And you can't play me like I'm pussy, know that I'm a dog, baby. Can't choose between my hoes, I say I want them all, baby. Won't never see me fold, you know I'm standing tall, baby. My niggas be on go, it only take one call, baby. Yellow diamonds on my necklace, shit look like some pee. She said she love me, that whole trippin', ain't no loving me. My only love is about this money and I don't trust a thing. Not fucking with this shit, these hoes need something overseas. She like to party and get crazy, red cup, purple Sprite. When she see me, she getting heat, make her wetter than ice. I pick her up just to go shopping, she get what she like. Told her her nigga must be broke if he ain't buy it twice. Ain't paying for no pussy, hit that shit for free. And I been ballin' on you niggas, I'm the MVP. I know you niggas, I be hating, but y'all envy me. Won't say I love you to no hoe, these bitches for the streets. And you can't play me like I'm pussy, know that I'm a dog, baby. Can't choose between my hoes, I say I want them all, baby. Won't never see me fold, you know I'm standing tall, baby. My niggas be on go, it only take one call, baby.
Hey, it only take one call, baby. Shout out my homie Lil Rick, Cincinnati's own. I rock with that young man. He got some style like that. He do his own thing. You know, he gives you that wave of the future type feel. And I look forward to seeing what else he got to coming on as far as his music and whatnot. So we're going to see what happens. But let's get back to business. Welcome to the Hype Real Podcast. We live on a Thursday. I thought it was
Thursday.
Friday. Woo, we a little early. We wanted to get
Feels
out
like
here. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, it feels like a Friday. My days are all messed up
Friday,
from the
man.
holiday weekend.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody who's going to pull up, show up, and show out. Express your opinion. It's the place that you will not be judged on what you feel about it. Well, maybe just a little bit, because I know I get judged on some of the things I say. And that's all good. So, you know, it'll be a test at the end. There's the answers right there at the bottom of what you got to do to pass this test on multiple levels. We got a couple of people we're going to shout out. Shout out my main man, 6:23 a.m., my main man, Ray, our dealer entertainment, Ray Wright. Make sure y'all pull mad love to my homie. Look forward to getting you back soon, big dog. All right, Kyle, Warner Brothers podcast on. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm great. We got a big game tonight. I'm hoping that game delivers. I'm ready to pod. I know you're ready to pod. Pre-show, I come in. Yo, you were mid-argument with someone or mid-debate with someone. I thought I was a little bit late for the pod. So, you know, I was like, all right, this energy we on. And that was only the pre-show. So, you know I'm ready.
All right. So, all right, let me drop the, we'll get into that. But I'm going to drop it and we're going to get straight into it. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's hit the drop.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts, and then you will run a mile. Perfection.
Perfection is all about sports, and sports is all about perfection. We're getting deeper and deeper into the NBA season, and it's about to come to an end. We're about to see the best versus the best, the East versus the West, and we're going to forget about the rest. But we're going to talk about some of that tonight. So you were commenting about when you pulled up to the show, and you thought it was the show, but I was in full rant mode talking to some of my compadres about something that's going on. And before we get into the rest of the rundown, I just want to speak on that. So we were sitting there having a conversation amongst the guys, just talking, just talking junk. And then one of my guys says, "Hey, question. I got a question for you. You've been bringing this dude up a lot, and I don't see the draw. He asked me, "What's so great about Victor Wembanyama?" And I said, "What do you mean? What do you mean is what's not great about Victor Wembanyama? The man's 7'4". He can dribble like a guard, and he can shoot better than most small forwards, and he can play better than about 90% of the centers in the NBA. Okay, so he said Victor Wembanyama ain't that special. He only's good because he's 7'4". He's 8'10" when he puts his hands up in the air. Victor Wembanyama, health pending, is the future of the NBA. He's the future of the NBA. Listen, I don't care how tall his parents are. I don't care about none of that. This man has shown on multiple levels that he could be one of the few people to ever, if not the second person ever, to win the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP in the same season. He's really that good. He could have done it this year, but they gave it to SGA. And I think that was more so of a popularity thing than him being the most valuable player in the league. Because I made a comment of saying I think that the Thunder, if they got past the Nuggets, could win the NBA Finals even without SGA because that team is so deep. You laugh because I'll own it. And I haven't been proven wrong yet. They haven't had the second best player for a while and J-Dub, and they're still out there being elite. Just saying. So what are your thoughts? Is the hype real about Victor Wembanyama yet again as we talk about him, or are we prisoners of the moment of this 7'4" phenom?
I mean, come on, you know where I stand with this. I mean, Vic's the real deal. I've been on the Wembanyama train for since before he came into the league. Since I don't know if you remember, they did that. They did that showcase with his team versus like whatever team Scoot was playing on for the G League.
Yes.
Ever since I've been, and I think even before that, I seen a clip of him with Rudy Gobert when he was like 15. He was like 7'3" and he had a handle. And I'm like, all right, whatever this is, I'm all in. Look, I'm assuming the people you're talking to, they watch the NBA, they follow the NBA for years, right? Well, hey, when's the last time we've seen a team this young go this deep in the playoffs? And not only this deep in the playoffs, they're in a game 6 with the defending champions from last year. Who, people, they were talking about 73-9, possibly the Thunder beating that record early in the year. And they're in a game 6 at home with a position to go like to a game 7 and possibly win the series. Who knows if that'll happen, but you don't see that from teams this young. And it's not because of the other guys that are young, like Harper and Castle and whoever else. It's largely because of Wemby. It's all because of Wemby, damn near, right? Like, so, funky, man. I mean, if Wemby's not there, 100%, 100%. And, we'll get into like what we think the results will be.
Right.
But, I've seen the same sentiment from a few people online where they're like, I'm not impressed. He's 7'7". He should be doing this. And it's like, yeah, he is tall, but, extremely tall people are not this skilled, this dynamic, this dominant on one end of the floor, which is defense, and then, can hit a 3 on the other end, can put the ball on the floor, can Euro step you.
Come on.
And then when he's right next to the rim, bro, it's Nerf hoop. You see him, like, his move this series has been like, all right, I'm going to go to the rim. If I get jammed up, I'm literally just going to throw it off the backboard, get my own rebound, and put it back in. Like, that's the type of shit we would do with, like, our little cousins growing up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
As the big cousin.
And he's, yeah, and he's in the NBA. And he's 22, I believe. So, I mean, come on now. You said he's the future. I mean, it's very possible if they get through the series, he's the now. And I think as soon as next year, he'll be the now, honestly. So,
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
Man.
Still got some killers out there.
You're right. You're right.
I don't look past Jokic. Jokic is a unicorn in itself.
Yeah, Jokic is amazing. I actually think still, even with how the first round went, I still think Jokic should have been the league MVP this year. But as far as Wemby goes, man, the hype is real. The hype is absolutely real. Come on now.
Definitely real. Chat chiming in. Shout out my main man Mo. This is who I was talking to. My main man Mo Gotti. He said he a 2K creative player. That's not his fault.
100%.
That's not his fault. But think of it like this: if you want to go that route, it's a lot of guys that created 7'4" centers in 2K that are trash at the game. He's not trash at the game. He is good. at every level of the game. Wemby can shoot at a high clip. He can play defense at a high clip. He can dribble at a high clip. And the thing is most people who are big man don't have any footwork. There's only a couple guys who had great footwork. Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, Wemby, Jokic. That's all I got for you for the most part. He said, my man Strong pulled up. Oh, Hakeem was, the footwork for Hakeem was amazing, but he wasn't 7'2". You know,
True.
he was
Very true.
he was probably like
Very
really 6'11", 6'10".
I agree.
My main man Strong said, I put my name on Big Cuz a long time ago. Facts. Yeah, Wemby is going to be the next big thing, and he's been showing he's durable, he's healthy. Even the worst he had was a concussion, but when you fall 7 feet tall from jumping a 30, almost 40-inch vertical, yeah, you're going to knock yourself the hell out. My main man Moses, I would knock myself up. My vertical is definitely not 40, 30 inches. My main man Mo said, I'm not impressed. Then who are you impressed by? Currently in the NBA, you can give me some names that you can say are overall better than Wembanyama. We can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Said when Wemby really hooping, they unstoppable. Exactly. Like game one, when Wemby was doing everything that he did, we had a conversation in our chat, and I was like, yo, they're only going to win if he does this. And they've been winning when he does X. So I think you'll see another dominant performance from him tonight. I see easily 35 and 15 rebounds, 4 or 5 blocks. I think he's going to come out there dominate, and I think they're going to win this game tonight. They're going to push it to game 7. I think the refs will be on their side. They're home. They're hungry. He slept in that big-ass bed he owns.
True. That's a good point.
You know,
You
ain't
can't
nothing like
underrate
sleeping at home in your own bed is different. He got a really big bed. My main man, Wemby 20, 30 pounds away from being the GOAT if he stay healthy. Wow. If he gained 20 pounds of muscle and didn't lose any of his agility and abilities, he might be the greatest player ever. Now, people gonna be like, well, that's just disrespectful to Michael Jordan. That's disrespectful to LeBron. It's disrespectful to Kobe. None of them, with him being, we're talking what ifs, 20 pounds heavier, would be able to do anything with that man. Who do you got winning the game tonight, Kyle?
I hope you're right. I hope it's the Spurs. I would love a game 7. I don't know. It's really tough to really evaluate because the games where the Spurs have lost, they haven't looked great. They haven't looked bad either, but they haven't looked great. They've gotten outplayed. And the games they win, they look outstanding. Now, this is the problem with them being so young and have never played in a game like this before. We can't, go like the Nuggets or the Timberwolves and say like, okay, we know what we're expecting out of these two teams right here, right? Like we've seen these teams in big games. We've never really seen, other than game 1, other than all the games this series, we really haven't seen them in big games. But it really does go as far as like if Wemby can play like he did in game 1, or play like with at all any force, like you say, 4 or 5 blocks, 12 plus rebounds, 25 plus points,
they're gonna win.
They should be, if not winning, they should be right there. It should be a 1 possession game. So as long as he plays well, they're going to be in it, especially on defense. If not, if he looks tired, then yeah, the Thunder probably win by 8+ points. And the Thunder, not for nothing, and the games they've lost, the role players haven't looked good. They're still without A.J. Mitchell and Jalen Williams, and Chet's given them 1 good game. So, I mean, they still got their own questions. So I'm with you. I'm going to root for the Spurs. I'm hoping it's the Spurs. So I'll pick the Spurs with you. I'm going to go on the train there. And, you said it. It's as simple as Wemby playing big. If he's in that double-double, if he's in a double-double with like 5 blocks, they should win that game or be damn close.
I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna take them. I say if you're a betting man, take the money line on the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, that was my Wemby rant. I'm sorry. I was hot about that when you pulled it. I'm like, listen, I'm not even a Spurs fan, but this dude is nice. Let's put some spec on my man's name. I'm just saying he's really that good. He's proved it. All right, so we're gonna get some more into these into some of this playoff discussion. So, as you know, I am an avid Cleveland Cavalier fan, and
Yikes.
yeah, I know. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way we thought it would for these Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been eliminated for the second year in a row after being one of the top premier teams in the league. They got swept by the Knicks, who are right now looking hotter than fish grease. And the question comes to be two questions towards you. Because so they re-upped on the coach. They're standing behind James Harden coming back more than likely. Two questions. What needs to change for them to get over the hump? And whose fault is it that they did not get past, or at least a win in this series? They weren't even really competitive except for the first game, and then that went down the toilet. So those two questions. What needs to be done next year for them to get over the hump and actually make it to a NBA Finals? They were a step away. And whose fault is it this year that they flushed their game down the toilet? They flushed their opportunity for the series down the toilet, should I say.
That's a tough question. I actually did this same topic last night on the Warner Brothers podcast. Go check it out. I did a little playoff catch up last night, and I talked about the Cavaliers, and I talked about how disappointed I was in them as just a neutral viewer. I wanted a good series. I wanted a 6-game series. I wanted to see what everyone looked like when tested. And if you follow this podcast as well as my podcast, you would know, like I've been saying, the reason why I give the Cavs such a chance is because Donovan Mitchell can score at an elite clip in the playoffs, which is much needed. If you have one guy who can score on top of surrounding players that make sense and good coaching, which I thought the Cavs had, was good coaching, and I thought they complemented each other very well with James Harden, with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and their swing guys. I thought there was a chance they could make a run. Now, here's the bail I'll shoot you, though, because I'm most disappointed at Donovan Mitchell.
What?
Because,
disappointed at Spider out of everybody in that picture right there.
He quit. Your team, those guys don't quit if Spider don't quit. And I saw in the second half of Game 3 and all of Game 4, there was just not much fight in them. I don't see a LeBron James team going down like that. I don't see a Wemby team, an SGA team, a Jokic team, Anthony Edwards. Their team doesn't take that attitude because their lead guy doesn't have that attitude. And Donovan Mitchell, I just didn't love what I saw from him. Not only this series, but I saw it in the early rounds too, where it's like, all right, I want a little more from you, Donovan Mitchell. We expect a little more. We saw that he was hurt. The bail I'll shoot you, though. The bail I will shoot you, and what I said last night on the podcast is they were playing every other night in that Detroit series, which went 7 games. So they really, compared to the Knicks, had no nights off.
Right.
They had absolutely no nights off in between from the semifinals into the conference finals, and they went 7 games with Toronto. So we're talking April and all of May. They're playing way more basketball, way more physical basketball than the New York Knicks. So they're at a disadvantage there. But where the Cavs fucked up, they should have just won Game 1. If they just close out the Knicks in Game 1, none of this is a conversation. They probably win one of those games at home because winning gives you energy. They probably win either Game 3 or Game 4, and we're talking about a Game 6. And then we can see what happens. Then we can see what Donovan Mitchell and all of them are made of. And then the last thing I'll say, because I was very disappointed in Kenny Atkinson too. Like, Kenny was awful this series. I thought he was one of the better coaches in the league, but this was just an awful showing, specifically this series, right? On top of that, James Harden, where we've talked about how he doesn't show up in big games.
Right.
The difference here was outside of that one Detroit game, Game 5, and a couple early round games with Toronto, dude just looked washed. He was actually trying to shoot. He was actually trying to make plays. And I think he shot something like, 22% from the field in this series, or 22% from 3. It was awful shooting splits.
Disgusting.
That's washed. That's, once you're 37 years old, we got to start questioning if you can even do it anymore. We can't even say that's a bad series. So if James Harden is on washed watch, and if, Kenny Atkinson is hit or miss, because I really do like him and appreciate him as a regular season coach. But, you got the combo of Kenny not looking good in the playoffs, with Harden being washed, with 2 more years maybe of Donovan Mitchell, and he just didn't look the part this last series. You at least got to get one game. You get swept. Come on. And again, game one, you're up 22 with 7 minutes left. Donovan Mitchell's got to take some accountability for that, injured or not.
All right, rebuttals.
Okay.
So you gave passes to certain people. But you got.
I have a feeling you're going to say a certain name, and I'm ready for a certain name if you bring it up.
Okay. I give basketball is a team sport.
Yep.
I know you're supposed to rely on your stars or the leaders of that team, but in my opinion, as a true Cavs, fan, there's no leader on this team. There's no true alpha male that takes everybody and goes, "We're going to win this game." Lock in, because who do you turn to? Donovan Mitchell's an incredible talent, but he's never been that guy for that reason. James Harden was an incredible talent, and his Houston and even the Clippers and Brooklyn and even Oklahoma when he was just developing. He's had his time, but he's not that guy. He's too worried about the club. Evan Mobley just looks lost. Jared Allen's a one-trick pony. They keep putting Dean Wade out there like he's actually doing something, which I don't understand. I have conversations with my guy Mark. Shout out my main man Mark. All the time about how I detest this man touching the basketball. And the worst culprit of all is Coach Atkins. Okay. He's the one that put out these washed lineups that you even said James Harden is. Maybe you got to bring him off the bench. And I know you're saying he's making all his money, but when he's not producing, what are you out there for? What do you? I'm not even a fan of Schroeder, but at least he's giving me effort. To me, he has some bonehead turnovers. Where's Tyson at? Tyson plays no minutes. That's your tough guy. He's the only tough guy. People say, "Oh, well, Max Strus," but Max Strus is, to me, he's a fake tough guy. Tyson is a tough guy. Okay. Schroeder is. Where's Keon Ellis? Why are we not playing these guys that we acquired? The rotation was bad from Kenny Atkins. The play calling was bad from Kenny Atkins. He runs the same. And another thing about that, he played the Knicks, right? And the Knicks, they look great. But he also played against Mike Brown, who coached with him on Golden State. We run almost the same offensive scheme as the Golden State Warriors. You know what scheme Mike Brown saw every day in practice? The Golden State Warriors offensive scheme. So he was prepared for everything we did. He knew when we were cutting. He knew everything we were going to do out of a timeout, because when you're going against a guy who's underneath Steve Kerr, helping facilitate and make that offense, then you're going to know how to counter it. Coach Atkins, he was outcoached, outclassed, and he did not step up to the plate. I can go on a rant forever about that, but I'm going to get a chat a chance to tap in. My main man, Soldier Man, what up, bro? He said, what up, bro? Riddle me this. Cavs offense runs through DM for years, Donovan Mitchell. James Harden trade happens, and then the offense switches and runs through him. Why? Then he says, he continues on and says, they should have stuck with what they were doing. James Harden should have, I think it's too big. He says, James Harden should have realized he became a role player when the trade happened. Donovan Mitchell is one of the better ISO players in the game. He's not really a great facilitator in an offense. He's not going to get other guys involved super heavy. James Harden, that's what he was brought here for, because at the time, he was averaging damn near double-digit assists. You can't get mad at double-digit assists, right? But he comes here, and it's like he forgets how to pass. He's averaging more turnovers himself than the entire team that we're going against probably throughout the whole series. And he reverted back into what he is in the playoffs, a pumpkin. James Harden has never been a killer in the playoffs. That's been my knock on him from the jump. We have no toughness. Our coaching is, it doesn't teach toughness. It teaches finesse and pick and roll. So that's my take on it. Maybe we should have played through Donovan Mitchell. The thing is, people say that because when he did have the ball and he was going off, and I hate to go off on a tangent, I apologize, he looked great. When he came out that elimination game in the beginning, he was bucket, step back, bucket. We don't have a Robin, and we don't have somebody that can rally the troops. And I think if you don't have a coach or a guy on that bench that can get your guys going, it's a wrap. Cal, any thoughts?
I mean, you hit it on the head with Donovan Mitchell. That's exactly why I said I was disappointed in him. He's not a leader, seemingly, not a guy who's really trying to rally the troops. The only part I disagree with you on really would be two things.
Right.
Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, I actually thought they did their part, and I thought if Donovan Mitchell did his part, they're in these games. Like they were actually kind of the only two players really, and especially Evan Mobley, keeping it afloat because he's like you and Ray. He was the one guy where I'm like, all right, like he's young, he's a lottery pick, like he's been a defensive player of the year, like he's really got to deliver.
Yes.
He at least played with force and intent, and like you could tell he wanted to win, right? He's not a go and get you a bucket type of guy, but he was kind of doing it from the low block. He had that little lefty sweep in the middle of the lane there that he likes to go to. Like he was doing his thing where Donovan Mitchell would just, okay, I got 20 points. I'll go 4 minutes without scoring again, where I should have 25 points going into the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Type of thing. So I thought their bigs played well. I thought they were keeping him afloat when Donovan Mitchell really should have ascended, and then that they would have been in these games. And then Max Strus, cumulatively, I thought Max Strus was honestly, when I'm watching these games, Max Strus was the only player that was giving them energy when like the proper energy you need. You need to play with desperation when you're down 2-0.
Yes, you do.
In a game 3. And in that game 3 specifically, the Cavs were playing like it was still the second round. They were playing like it was the first round. The Knicks were playing like it was a conference finals game. And Max Strus, in my opinion, was pretty much the only player on the Cavs playing that desperate. That was like, okay, it's the conference finals. I need to play like my life's on the line. Donovan Mitchell didn't do that. James Harden rarely does that. Mobley's a laid back guy. I like how he played, but like he and Allen, no one was matching the desperation of Max Strus. So that's where I'll shoot Strus and Bale. Like he was playing like he was really about to die about the game, where the rest of the Cavs were like, all right, if we win, cool, we get a game 4. If we lose, then I guess it's Cancun time. You know what I mean? They just didn't seem like they cared.
Yeah, and we'll leave it with that for now because I can go on and on about this subject. I think that we need to maneuver some pieces. I've heard, whispers in the bushes from some baker in Cleveland saying that LeBron James is like 95% sure that he's going to come back to Cleveland. I would honestly welcome that because his weight and his name alone brings the ability to rally around that guy.
Right.
My main man, Soldier Man, pulled back. He said, I disagree. Donovan Mitchell is a leader they need. The problem is he doesn't know how to verbalize what he needs. The difference between a good leader and a great leader is a good leader can tell his people what needs to be done. A great leader doesn't have to. More of a show me than tell me type ordeal. Either way it goes, it's not elite of a leader enough to get us where we need to be as a Cavaliers team. And I don't know what's next, but they need to shake things up because we're not winning anything. When I say we, I mean the Cavs because we're winning anything with that type of situation going on. All right, we're gonna move on. Any chat as far as the Cavs and what y'all think about that? Feel free to tap into the chat. Speak your mind. Don't hold back. Let me hear what you got to say. All right, so let's talk about the sweepers, the New York Knicks. Okay, last episode of this podcast, we talked, and I asked you, do you still see them as you saw them earlier? And you said, hey, I got to take it back. They look great. We're going to see what happens. Now, they're in the NBA Finals, resting, waiting for the other two teams, which i.e. is the Spurs and the Thunder, to beat the crap out of each other, and then they can pick up the pieces. Breaking news, Mitchell Robinson broke his finger. And they don't know how long he's going to be out. That's a big blow because that's the backup center that comes in and does all the dirty work. So team assembled as is, even without Mitchell. You made a comment that you think whoever comes out of the West between the Spurs and the Thunder are more than likely going to win a championship. Do you still think that's the way it's going to play out? Or do the Knicks actually have a chance to pull off what they haven't pulled off in over like 3 decades?
Man, Yeah, man, it might even be 6 decades for the Knicks, right? The 70. I don't know.
Sheesh.
I'm not doing math off the top of my head, but it's been a long ass time since they won. Got my people in my job. I'll let you read that. I see the
Oh,
chat.
chat
I'll let you
says
read
I
that
got
before I
people
go.
in my job saying they're about to win it all. That them being the Knicks.
Knicks, yeah. Look, whoever comes out of the West is going to be favored. That's for sure. I like the Knicks' chances a little better against the Spurs than I do the Thunder. I think they
Okay.
match up well with the Spurs. They're deeper than the Spurs. Um, Listen, you can't take a team that's won 11 straight in the playoffs. I don't care if they were playing bums, which they didn't play bums, right? But
Right.
even if they did play bums, 11 straight in the playoffs is nothing to sneeze at. Just like when the Thunder, they had won 8 straight going into this postseason, but or going into this matchup with the Spurs, I should say. The Knicks, I mean, we thought the Sixers were at least going to win a game or two. We thought the Cavs were at least going to win a game or two. I don't know anybody who was picking those to be sweeps, and they swept them both and won 3 straight against the Hawks, obviously. So 11 straight's nothing to sneeze at, and they have 8 days off. I'm not even worried about that Mitchell Robinson injury as far as like missing time because I
Yeah.
think he'll probably just tape it up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Uh,
Finger to finger.
what what are the yeah, right? What are the odds that you're going to be in the finals again, right? So
Right. Not
maybe he'll
guaranteed.
miss a game, maybe he'll miss two, but I think he'll play. And they're gonna have 8 days off. And weirdly enough, that might be the only thing that hurts them is 8 days off because we saw the rust in Game One against the Cavs up until 7 minutes left, and we know what happened. Um,
Rest is
so
history.
the rust, yeah, the rust might hurt them next Wednesday. Maybe the first half, maybe not. You know, they'll be on the road, so it might be a little tough to get that energy. But like you said, the Spurs and the Thunder are going to beat each other up. There's already injuries on both sides of the coin for those teams. I mean, the Knicks have more than a shot just based off that, just based off how they're playing. They're obviously a contender. These other two teams are going to beat up on each other, and they're going to get continue to be even more beat up if they play 2 more games. John, you're a boxing guy. If two guys go for a war, if they're in a war boxing, right? You get an automatic like 4 to 6 month suspension, right? You're not allowed to fight for however long. That's not the case in basketball, obviously. So, you know, whatever happens in this series, the more these guys continue to beat each other up, they're going to automatically have to play the Knicks no matter what, who are going to be coming off 8 days rest and they're going to be fresh. And that's got to be some sort of advantage. We see it all the time in football, how much of an advantage rest is. It's definitely going to be an advantage in the finals, too.
I have to counterpoint you.
Okay.
Sometimes too much rest is a bad thing. Like you said, they're gonna be a
Bendy.
little sluggish, a little slow. They won't be as sharp. But I also do agree when you got a team that's gonna play possibly 7 games and they get what 2 3 days rest and to be right back at it, you're giving your chance no time to really two things to prepare, and you're not giving your body a chance to really heal up. And you're gonna go against a Knicks team that is going to completely throw the kitchen sink at you. They're known for being gritty. They're known for being tough. Mike Brown is a defensive-minded coach. They play defensive first. They got Cat who's stepping up as the new the Dominican Jokic. You know, all of a sudden he can pass the ball like nobody's business. Like his game that he's been able to expose that hasn't been shown all season, being able to switch his role into a playmaker from the 5 or 4 position is absolutely something that I don't think the Spurs or the Thunder are honestly ready for. They can go deep with either team. If they can hit their shots and Jalen Brunson can be Jalen Brunson, they have a legit chance to win the finals. Like, super legit. Like, I'm talking win it in 6 games legit because they match up well against both teams. Jalen Brunson, I don't think there's anybody on either team that can really guard him straight up. He's proved that he is clutch. He's proved that he can play from behind the arc and in the paint, even at a 5'11" guard. They say he's like 6'1", but I don't know. And they're just super deep. I think they have as good a shot as any, and I think I'm really going to enjoy the NBA Finals because it's going to be worth the wait, and I want to try to catch every game because I really do think that it's going to be absolutely amazing. All right. You got anything left to add on to that, Mr. Kyle from Warner Brothers Podcast?
Man, I completely agree. Completely agree. And on the Thunder side of things, if they were to advance, they're down their second and third scoring options with Jalen Williams and AJ Mitchell. They're the ones who really take on the scoring load if SGA isn't scoring the rock. And you assume maybe they come back during the series, but
Right.
they won't be 100%. And that's got to count for something. And like you said, the Knicks are a defensive team. They can hone in on that. And we've seen the Spurs hone in on that without, the creators that the Thunder have. So, I mean, and they'll have the experience advantage on the Spurs as well. So, there's definitely angles in this series for the Knicks. Whatever team they face, there's going to be angles that they can exploit. Um, and like you said, come out victorious.
Coming out
100%.
victorious. It's going to be a great series, no matter who the Knicks face, because it's going to be a lot of haymakers thrown, because these are big punch teams. All right,
Hell yeah.
we're going to jump right into Are You Not Entertained? We're going to talk about some, we got a special little promo going on right now. Let me hit the button so that way we can go into it. I don't want to skip. I love this button.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here? This is when we talk about everything under the sun, but mostly we talk about entertainment, music, movies, so forth, so on. So everyone talks about what's going on in hip hop, with everything going on with Drake dropping an album, with Kendrick Lamar, with J. Cole, with all these guys that are just the big three. We always talk about the big three, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. So last week, Kyle from Warner Brothers Podcast gave me a great idea just in talking. He didn't realize he sparked the mindset. I want to know if those are the 1, 2, 3, however you put them up there. You might not put them up there as big three. Second, my question is, if we remove them off the table, what about dogs in the killer mode? You don't like the big three? Hey, shut up.
He's got opinions.
He's got opinions. He said I'm talking about Drake too much. Okay. So if you remove those as big three, who's next? Who is the next big three? If you were to say, all right, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake got abducted and took to another planet, who fills the void then of the big three? So we're talking big three, not big three. So I want to know
The next three.
the next three, big three, next big three. Top three, none of them me. So they get abducted, go to another planet. Now we got to fill the void of who you would say is the top three rappers in the game. Not ever, just right now. Who do you got in no order, unless you have one? Who's the first one? I already know who your first one is, unless you're just gonna wait. But who would you say is next up as the new big three?
So 4 and 5 are very easy for me. I think it would be Future. I think Future has a strong case to be in the big three with Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. I've said that countless times on my podcast. I said it last week on this podcast. That's how we got here, I guess. So Future would be 4 for sure. 5's easy for me. I think the next biggest act would be, because I mean that's what we're talking about here. Like those are the 4 biggest acts. The next one who's a huge act and it's still just like unbelievably popping when it comes to merch, when it comes to sales, when it comes to streams, when it comes to when he's releasing music, that'd be Travis Scott.
Ooh,
For me. So
I like
4 and
that
5, I didn't even have to think about 4 and 5.
you ain't had to think of it all.
6, didn't have to think about them. And maybe you'll come up with a name where I'm like, shit. All right, maybe that person could be 4 or 5.
might pull a
6
rabbit
is
out
where
the
I'm having
hat on
trouble.
you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, 6, I'm having trouble, bro, because we're in a new generation, and the fact that we're still talking about Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Future, they were all out 15 years ago. 15 years ago is when they were making their names, and if they're still the biggest rappers,
Yes.
it's not much for me for the newbies. So let me just give you some names, all right? This name I'm just throwing out just because I can't believe the following he has. This guy, and he's not my 6. Let me just say that before I say this, all right?
Okay.
Playboy Carti. Playboy Carti, I don't know why. This dude has like a Kanye like following. Like
He has a
the
huge
kids
following.
love him. And he's been out for over a decade now too. And he doesn't drop like nearly as much as all the guys we named. And he still has this huge following. I don't understand it. So he can't be 6 for me because I just don't understand it. Right?
Speaking of Playboy Carti, shout out my man Left. He said Playboy Carti, Don Toliver, third is a toss up.
And I love Don. Don Toliver to me is like he's hybrid R&B, so I don't really put him in the rap tier. But if we're talking just like hip hop adjacent acts, yeah, Don's up there too.
Got a question for you before you dig too deep.
He's under Travis. Yeah.
Are we talking lyrically or just my man? Shout out D'Angelo. Are we talking lyrically or just general? Because them three are lyrically well, except for Drake. So
I took
think
it
it's
as
just
popularity.
the top three. Yeah, just the overall consumption of that person. Like you said, that Playboy Carti is a rabbit in the hat.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other two names and these are just the first ones that come to mind. And, maybe the streams for his last album, maybe it'll debunk this. But Kanye, I mean, he popped up.
He was on my list.
He posted, I think yesterday or the day before, he's got a tour going on. And he's got to go overseas for a lot of these because, like, the U.S. ain't fucking with him. But he did just put on those L.A. shows. He's doing more shows, I think, in either L.A. or San Francisco, as well as Tampa. And they're going to sell out. I saw this thing on Instagram talking about how he is selling exactly what he would sell in his prime, even without the promotion of all, Live Nation and all this.
Right.
He's still selling what he would sell as far as shows go. But he's not getting the proper promotion. So they're saying it's like a real push and pull between Kanye and what he actually, produces money-wise and like what he's actually producing for other people because other people ain't rocking with him. So it's this weird middle ground. So Kanye's there. And then, honestly, I feel like this rapper really should be in that big three or the next three. And she actually has a case for the top three.
Hey, man, you can't
Cardi
keep
B.
naming all these people, man. You got to let me these people, man.
These are the three that came to my mind.
You got to stop naming people. Give me your three. We're going to talk about all that, man.
I think I'm putting Cardi in there. I think I'm putting Cardi B in there because she is as big of an act as, damn near the top three that we mentioned with Drake, Cole, and Kenny. I don't rock with her music like that. That she's for a certain segment of people, but
isn't that all
she
music?
is
for the most part.
Was it? Yeah, I mean,
all music for the most part. Certain segment of people.
Yeah, you could. I mean, yeah, just pop wise, she's a pop star, right? I mean, she's rap, but I mean, like, she's as big of a star as damn near anybody right now. So you talk about a brand, you talk about popularity, you talk about like they put out something, it's gonna get eaten up, whether it's good or not. Cardi's on that list, man. So I'd put her in that third spot for me. I'd go Future, Travis Scott, then Cardi B.
All right, since you didn't name 100 million people, I'm gonna keep myself. I'm definitely going to just keep it short and sweet with mine. So you named a few of mine. That's why I was so upset.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, it's all right, man. I'm like, hey, can't keep naming everybody because I want some people too. So I agree with you. Cardi B was my sleeper. Cardi B is. Hold on, let's get into the chat first. It's all about the chat. So my main man Lefty said Carti is a Playboy. Carti got more motion than Future and Trav right now and got a way bigger fan base. I'm talking biggest in the game.
That's crazy.
Biggest in the game.
Crazy.
He got the biggest fan base in the game. I don't know. I might have a rebuttal for that. But my man D'Angelo said Don Tripp, Starlito, they count as one. Okay. And Big X the plug. And he said Boozy. You had me with some maybes. I don't know if Boozy was sliding to the big three.
Boozy.
But everybody's opinion counts here, and I appreciate you for pulling up and stating that. Give us your thoughts and type in why Boozy out of all of those guys. Because the other guys I can see big. And Big X the plug, he's still kind of new. Boozy has a little longevity, but I don't know if he's top three if we got rid of Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole. All right, so back to what I was saying. Cardi is basically the woman's version of Drake. She has all of the status for the women. All women either hate to love her or love to hate her. You know what I mean? Or they just love her in general. She comes off as very authentic. She's the only person I know that went on tour 7 months pregnant and still was selling out. Like, she is a diamond in the rough. She's a beast. She's got a great voice, great presence. Her merch, her name rings bells. And I think even 5-10 years from now, she'll still have status as far as one of the hottest female rappers. I don't get that from a Nicki Minaj, you know, and we're talking current. You know, you could say like a Lauryn Hill, but Lauryn Hill wasn't just rap, and she's not current. So right now, she's really got almost the crown in hip hop rap for women. So that's why I give her praise. One that you said that I agree with completely is Kanye. Kanye can still sell out a stadium. Kanye right now can sell out a stadium, even though people want to cancel him every 5 minutes. Kanye West can go to a football stadium and sell it out, and he be a dot in the middle of the crowd. And people will still come and see Kanye West for miles and miles and miles. He has a catalog that at least 10 of the songs by heart, no matter who you are for the most part, or you have heard them and can recite them in some manner. So Kanye West, to me, this is my pick. Cardi B was the honorable mention. So my picks are Kanye West will slide into that top 3. I also agree with you. Yeah, he's one. Not like number one, but he would be like, if I had to pick a new big 3, he's up there. I also agree with your take on my main man, Future Hendrix. Future Hendrix is somewhat of a pop star in his own right. When you can rock a crowd of color or a crowd of non-color, wherever you go, people just faint. Basically, like at his shows, it's just he has rock star status. He does. So he's on my list if he was to take into the next top 3. And this one right here, to me, is my guy, who I think is just a personal favorite of mine, who I would slide into the top 3, who I think does not get a lot of love, and he really should. And that's Lil Baby. I really think Lil Baby has a stronger following than people give. Right now, he hasn't been out for a minute, but every verse he's on, it slaps. I think he took Young Thug's spot. I think he took Gunna's spot. I think he took all of these young YNs. And just because if he was to drop an album, it would probably go platinum and he can go on a tour on it. But one of my sleeper picks that people don't really talk about is Lil Uzi Vert. I don't listen to his music.
It's a good one.
Lil Uzi Vert has a cult following.
He does.
He has a cult following. Like, people really buy into this dude. I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't understand. I'm going to put a picture up of Lil Uzi Vert. We talked about him once upon a time, but Lil Uzi Vert is the definition of a hip-hop rock star right now. He is able to go anywhere he wants and be able to get his funky off with people that are in awe of this man. Like, he can wear what he wants, he can do what he wants, he can say what he wants, and nobody ever challenges. You ever hear anybody challenge Lil Uzi Vert or say that he's whack or he's this or he's that? Look at this. I'm gonna show you a picture. This guy looks like a guy. Like, he looks crazy. I never understood it. If people say I don't get it. I'm not a Lil Uzi Vert fan, but this guy right here, Lil Uzi Vert, people will follow him into the fire. You know what I mean? My main man, shout out my main man. My main man, pull it up. Oh, so nonchalant. He said Vert has his own flow. See what I'm saying? Like, people really rock with Lil Uzi Vert. He is his own man. He does his own things. And people
that picture's crazy.
Man. Man. I'm not going to talk about him because he got more money than I can even count right now. You know what I mean? Here we go. See what I'm saying? People say Vert really got top 10 lyricism and flows all time.
That's a statement right there, man.
People love this dude, and I think I'm going to have to go
right
back
there.
and listen to his music to see if I can see what they see, because I just don't see it. What are your thoughts on Lil Uzi Vert?
Exactly what you said. Exactly what you said. He's another one like Carti where you're like, I don't understand who he appeals to, and that's even besides the point, because every rapper and every artist has their own core fan base who they're actually appealing to, so that don't even matter.
Right.
Because I actually like his music that he first came out with. I think is super dope, and it's a lot like Kid Cudi with even more like bounce to it. You know, like real hip hop. You know what I mean? So like he had super dope stuff when he first came out. Then he went more the rock route, which he clearly is into, as you can see in that picture. Like, that's his vibe, which
he
is
took
dope.
off
Like,
whatever.
Too. I know his last album he dropped, I think it came out maybe, I don't know if it came out last year or the year before. It was a lot of tracks, because of course it was. And I tried listening to it, and it was a lot of stuff I didn't vibe with. But there's stuff that I like really liked on there too. That like shit was hard, to be honest with you. And I just it was so much music, and it was so not my vibe that it was hard for me to go back and like really dissect. All right, what do I like about this? But there was a few shit on there that I was like, all right, this is kind of hard. This is kind of tough. Which he's always got that in the cut. But there's a lot of just, rock and screaming and all that, which I'm just not into. And Cardi's the same way. Playboy Carti is the same way, where I'm like, man, I did not realize either one of these guys had that cult of a following, and they do.
Cult-like, bro. Cult-like.
It's nuts.
So we're going to get into the chat. My main man Left pulled back up. He said, listen to Don't Save Her by Uzi, and you will understand. So that's a challenge for us to go ahead and listen to it. My main man Soldier pulled up and said, I try not to pay attention to the personal lives of artists, but a lot of these artists I see now, their attitude and their style make them ugly to me. I can't see what they see. Very
That's
much
well
so
said.
fair. Vert clear Cudi by a mile. So he says he's better than Kid Cudi by a mile. Kid Cudi is a beast. But as far as following, he definitely clears him. My man D'Angelo pulled back up. He said, see, I'm confused because the people not on the level as J. Cole, K. Dot, like they have substance in their music. They're talking about something. Some of the people are just making club bangers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we speaking on what's your next top three. Sometimes I do think that we go Cole, Kendrick, Drake, because it's easy. It's the easy route to go. But, you forget the predecessors and guys that can still pack a house and still have the longevity of flow and catalog like a Kanye, like a Lil Uzi Vert. I'm not a fan, but I see people are clamoring over this young man. And when I figure it out, boy, oh boy, I'm gonna understand it. So I'll take you up on that challenge. I will listen to Don't Save Her by Lil Uzi Vert, and I'll get back to you personally on that one. All right, so we're going to get ready to wrap it up. We're going to get up out of here. We're going to get ready to shut this down. We got the Spurs versus the Thunder tonight. My game pick was the Spurs. You also picked the Spurs also for the night? Or you think the Thunder going to go ahead and wrap them up?
I did, and I got breaking news.
What you got?
Jalen Williams is apparently playing tonight. He's available.
My God. Spurs might be going home, man. It might be over.
It might be. So, that we take a shot there, but it's game 6. This is going to be the most desperate the Spurs, in theory, will ever be. So
correct.
We'll find out who they are.
All right. We about to get up out of here. Before we get up out of here, we told you it would be a test at the end of the show. I want you to make sure that you got your pens and paper. I hope you took notes. If not, I got the cheat code. Don't even worry about it. So, you must do what you're supposed to do, and go ahead and do it now if you haven't, and I appreciate it when you do. You must like, subscribe, and enjoy the Warner Brothers podcast. My arch nemesis, Keenan, my main man, Kyle, co-host of It's the Hype Real podcast. Tell them about the show.
Hey, man, first and foremost, big shouts to Keenan. Big shouts to Ray. Hey, man, sports, music, NBA playoffs coverage, soon to be NFL coverage once we get to August. Much more music topics coming up this summer once the playoffs are over with. And I think a lot of miscellaneous topics too, man. You're going to see John and Ray on there a bunch more. Me and Kian, we got a crew of people that we love to have pod with us. So, we got a bunch of different personalities on there. But at the end of the day, we're always talking music. We're always talking sports. We're always talking whatever's on our mind, to be honest with you. So, I say it again. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. If you love the show, you will enjoy our pod as well. So come and join us.
And you see that right there? That says I'm subscribed. You see that right there? I got the little bell. You should do the same thing. Like, subscribe, and enjoy. It's the Hype Real podcast. I'll always be on there talking jump because of my arch nemesis, Keenan. That's my guy. One more thing before you go. You got to make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy. My main man, 6:23 a.m. across all platforms. Ray Wright on the Instagram page. That's his acting page. He got a new thing going out. If y'all haven't seen the commercial, he's working with the guy who has a business for food. The commercial is absolutely hilarious. And Ray does this thing. I'm gonna have
Dope.
it up so that way we can promo it next week. He does a great job on there. And last but not
Super dope.
least, make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy. It's the Hype Real Podcast. Hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. Come into the chat, show up, show out. This is all for the people. I'm a man of the people. I get down for the people. So till the next time, like I always say and always will say, either be good or be good at it. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We do it for y'all.